Wolves of Wind, Book 1, Feathers, Chapter 12, Attack. Rain felt awfully gloomy the next day. Star always stood at the edge of camp away from everyone. Forest was constantly sad. Dusty kept trying to cheer Star up, which I suppose is good. And Grass seemed to be drifting from the camp more and more. Rain felt like she had ruined her family. She hated feeling so helpless like this. "Hey, Grass, do you think we could practice hunting today?" "Sorry, dear, I'm busy," Grass grumbled. Rain looked down at her paws and walked away. She was terrified about what might happen if they didn't find the killer soon. She had to act. But Ebony was only going to tell her who it was once Rain became a fighter. But why? Rain snarled and decided that if her mentor wasn't going to teach her to hunt and fight, then she would have to learn on her own. She ignored Star and Dusty glaring at her as she left the camp. She didn't need that. She had to believe this wasn't her fault. But it was. It was her fault. She had pushed and pushed, and now her family was being torn apart. Why did it matter that Alpha was Star's father? He was still raised by her parents. She realized that she hadn't seen Bird since they fell off the cliff and split up. She decided she might as well go to their meeting spot, even though she assumed that Bird wouldn't be there. When she arrived, she didn't see anyone. She looked around but didn't even smell Bird. What if she had been injured in the lake? Rain knew that crocodiles had been seen in that river. The river pack wolves actually looked a lot like otters. Suddenly, Rain stumbled over a large branch. She looked down at her paw when she saw a glint of red, but she realized that she wasn't injured. Red droplets fell from her paw, and she heard wing beats above her and looked up. She saw the young mud-covered wolf flying away. She looked over to the thing she had tripped on and was terrified to see that it was Alpha. She sniffed him. He was dead, but recently. Rain whimpered as she looked into Alpha's eyes, cold and lifeless. "Help! Help, please!" Rain shouted in terror, hoping someone would hear her cries. "Hey, what's going on?" Silver called from the bushes. She leapt out and her mouth opened in a wide gape. "What in the name of Earthpack happened?" Silver shouted as she ran over to the dead Alpha. I just found him like this. I saw that mud-covered apprentice again." "Nonsense! There's no mud-covered apprentice, Psycho. You're making things up." Silver snarled, and to Rain's surprise swiped at her eyes. "I didn't do it! Stop!" Rain cried as Silver slashed at her eye and drew blood. Rain felt the warm liquid trickle down her jaw. "You're a murderer! A savage!" Silver was acting insane. Rain swiped out randomly with her claws as blood welled in her eyes. She felt her claws tear skin. Rain heard a screech of pain and looked up to see Silver backing away, a bloody scratch across her eye. She had been blinded. Rain looked at her in terror. She had blinded someone, and not even on purpose. Other wolves began to swoop down from the treetops, clearly hearing the fight. Flame landed in front of her so close that their noses touched. Rain stared at the half-blinded wolf behind her. This couldn't be happening. None of it could. "Come on, we must choose a new Alpha to decide what to do about your filth." Rain lowered her head, blood dripping off her claws from the fight. She followed Flame through the forest and back to where a new Alpha would be chosen. Rain saw Forest's eyes welling up with tears as she followed. She must be grieving for her loved one, but that was not the only problem. Rain knew that blinding another wolf was a crime that could be solved through banishment. And if she was banished, then she could not help her pack find the murderer. She had doomed her pack the moment she asked that question about Star, the question that had changed everything. And the other wolves were walking straight to their deaths, and there was nothing Rain could do about it.